right. Hello, can you hear me? Good. I think you can. Oh, technical issues as always. Also trying to get into a party. Not sure if that is going to work either. We will have to see. Good afternoon, John. How are you doing, my friend? Good evening. Oh, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Let's just move across to this window. I don't know why, but the stream started and then immediately stopped for no apparent reason. Right, what are we going to do today? We are. I just want to have a quick look at the setup for this race.
Go.
Hello, Greg. How are we doing?
I'm good. I've just been analysing my lap.
Right. Hopefully, you should be live on the stream, as well as me listening to you through the TV. So if you get an echo, let me know.
That's all right. I can customise. There's a little bit of one, but let me just lower the volume here.
Let me just see if I can set up a room. And that way you can. Are you watching, or are you going to race as well?
I'll watch and analyse because I've been. A lot of it, I think, is just confidence. 10% confidence and finding just two little braking markers, one for when you're in quali and one for in the slip for dirty air.
Right. Okay. What I'll do.
But it's good making it's good making the mistakes in a way, because even me watching me, I noticed some of the things I was doing.
Right. Hang on a second, because what I'm being told there is an echo, so I'm gonna. I was hoping not to use my headphones, but I think I'm going to need to use them. Let me just plug these in and see if that sorts that little problem out. As you guys will know, I don't often do chat rooms, so when I do, I'm not overly geared up and ready for them. Hold on a second, Greg. Let me just get this sorted out. Right, have I still got you?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Cool beans. Right, that should be better. So if I go into, John's on about doing Daily A. I might have a look at Daily A in a little while, but I don't even know what car it is. For now, the main thing is to try and get this sorted out. Right, let's, so if I go, let me chase you again, I think.
Must be the telly remote.
Right. As usual, it will take me a few laps to get warmed up.
That's all that's needed. Just drive, mate. Don't worry. I do the same I do with Hulky.
No worries.
Just have to watch, see if there's a consistent mistake I see or anything that I'm thinking.
Whoa. I often get a four-wheel slider to go over the top there.
I had so much fun on that first corner yesterday, seeing how far I could get it off in the air or disrupted. It was.
Now, I know I'm slow on acceleration off that corner.
It always reminds me a little bit like the Evo, this car on that corner. Like before you want to power, you've got to be powering like a half second before.
Okay.
Well, that's good. This is what I wanted to see, how you're taking them two corners on the exit, because you've got to really attack the inside curb, and you're actually attacking it well.
Come out there in third, I think. My main thing is to try and avoid penalties, because they were killing me last night.
if you've got an idea, because I'm not used to this view, but I said to Hulky, if you've got the basic idea of how wide the car is on the rear right hand side tyres, you'll be able to exploit a lot.
Which view would you prefer? This one?
I use bonnet, but if you're not happy with it, use the one you're most comfortable with.
Problem when I go bonnet, I don't know what it is on the bonnet on this track. I struggle with the two tight corners.
So over on this one here, I can describe it on the last corner. As I'm coming down the hill, you're over on the curb, just before the two, I call them the yellow bumps on the left-hand side.
Right.
Just before they're beginning, I'm easing off the throttle, putting a bit of braking in, because the car doesn't like to turn too much in there, but I'm trying to attack the inside of the last corner. So if I can attack that, I can then plant the power about halfway into the corner and then know that I will not get a penalty from running wide off the red and white curb exit. That will give me a bit more turning to get round from the bounce.
So you're turning halfway between the two?
Yeah, I'm like, so I come down the hill and if I'm at the first, as I call them, the yellow curbs on the left, I'm braking before, I'm setting it up, there you go. That kind of thing, just a little less, just a little bit later on turning. The way you're throwing it in, you'll then be able to plant the power and the exit curb will shoot you off nicely. So all you're doing now is you're reading what the car's going to throw at you, so you can then predict exactly what it does to you for future laps.
Okay.
You were on the fine line there. You're just slightly over by not much, but the way you're throwing it in, you're getting yourself a good exit for the start of the lap, and then it will help stop them with a slipstream behind you, dive bombing for the first corner.
Okay, I'm not getting the rotation at the minute. Okay, where do you start braking for that?
I ease off the throttle about half a car length to a car length before the yellow curve, the yellow bounce things begin, but I'm putting a little bit of half trail braking in as well, just so it stops me for turning.
Okay.
Then plant, there you go, because you've always, just think, as long as you don't run wide on red and white curbs, it won't give you a penalty. And I try and have like a half a car length rule, so you know you're always in a safe zone in a way.
I'm with you. Okay, let's see if we can do that on a race pace.
That was good. You attacked the curb and you planted the power and got a good run off there, off of the exit of T3. That was good.
I think I'm going a little bit too deep on the curb there. Too early. It's hard when you're doing it at the end of the lap, when you've got to put everything, all the other bits of information together. What I wish Gran Turismo would let you do is define a sector and just do that over and over and over and over and over again.
Yeah. So, which corner would you say? T1, are you using the 100 metre board? I'm thinking if you just alter that by 1 or 2 metres, just like one of the red or white curbing squares, that might settle you off on the exit for T1 for running for the sausage curb danger, as I'm going to call it.
Yeah. So just bring it forward a little bit.
Yeah, even if you just break a metre sooner or something, you might find that 1 metre will settle up mid-corner body roll or even the bounce of the curve.
Ooh. I need to work on that corner. Deep. It's such fine margins, this track, I find. Just a metre later and you're in trouble, a metre earlier and you're in trouble. Get it spot on and it feels wonderful.
Yes, I do find this car likes to... It's not unpredictable, but it likes to like understeer a bit sometimes under braking.
Yeah. Oh.
I'm trying to remember what speed I was doing on entry. Like, don't worry about every corner, just worry about one corner at a time.
Yeah.
And then you get comfy with that, and then before you know it, you'll be coming round the left-hander at T4 over the hill, and all it'll be is that one corner down the left, and then the last 2 corners where you need a bit of luck.
Yeah, I'm not normally too bad on this little section. It's the 2 important corners and that last one that you've picked me up on straight away. Oh, I can normally do that. I'm concentrating on other things and not on the bit I can do now. Still need to concentrate on the whole of the lap. Right, okay, so
Okay, you know the left-hander down the hill. As I'm getting towards the end of the curb on the right, I put a little bit of trail braking in, but I keep it in 4th gear. Then as I'm turning in towards the curb, I use 3rd gear, but then I'm using 4th on the exit.
Okay.
But I find 3rd can just give you that bit more pointiness, and then 4th for the stability on exit. It's a much better first corner there. Just getting confidence in the way it bumps and enjoy it. I think I had about 40.5 penalties yesterday.
Holy schmoly. Need to be accelerating off that corner, not coasting through it.
There you go, that was nice.
Kind of watch your brake lights through there a bit more. It does bounce a lot through there. Hey, Grandster.
You're getting a really good exit out of T2, and you seem to have honed out you've sussed out the track limit on that curve.
Trying to.
And you're actually going through T3 faster than me. I'm doing about 50 to 52. You're way at 54, 55.
Whoa. I appreciate you taking the time to help me.
I'm hoping that I see Mr. Kobe's ghost up today, because I'm sure he'll do 36.8 or something, I'm sure.
Yeah, I know he's really busy with stuff, busy with life at the moment, so I'm not sure he's getting on very much at the moment. That was better. Oh. I've noticed when I get across the curb, I'm not getting the rotation for some reason, but I've not quite worked out why I'm not getting the rotation on that particular instance. Sometimes the car rotates, sometimes it just wants to slide and bounce.
In the race with braking for T2, so if someone's behind you and they think they're gonna have a sniff and dive bomb, just let it happen. Take the wide line and get the cutback, because chances are they won't be able to attack the inside curb of T2, and where you're taking the right line, you'll be able to plan for them to do it, and then boom, you get the cut back over the curb, and they can't get the run on you.
Okay.
But there are some dangers at T2. I've missed me breaking a couple of points, but I'm able to keep it over to the left with about 5 centimetres of track limit before it gives me a penalty. It's scary, but that seemed more stable out of T1.
Yeah, because I didn't take the yellow curb. I just brushed it with the tyre, but didn't actually touch it.
There might be something on the control pad that helps with curbs compared to wheel.
Quite on the power early enough. Way too late on the power that time.
Well, you managed to set a PB today.
Yep. I'm trying to learn.
It's the small temps, mate. The amount of times that it's might take 10 laps, but you all of a sudden that you micro-analyse something and it'll just click.
Yeah. I tend to find after I've been doing this for a while, suddenly I'll just a lap that will flow, everything will just come together, and that's my perfect lap. And that's the one where I tend to go somewhere between 3 and 5 tenths of a second faster that I can never ever manage again. I tried 4 through there, but it just drifted. Hello Vince. I can see that John wants me to do daily race A, but I scheduled this with Greg earlier on today, and I'm working on this rather than doing anything else. Too deep. I'm trying to brake on the first yellow curb now, but that's too late, isn't it?
Yeah, try, maybe I can describe it, maybe like a bonnet's length beforehand, bonnet's length to half a car, just set yourself up for it, anticipate it's gonna do the understeer or have that moment.
Yeah. So I chose your line through there over the curb, but I didn't actually bounce heavily on that occasion. You can see I'm getting the overlap on your Ghost there, where I'm going in too fast, but then I'm too slow on the exit. Oh yeah, you're braking quite a bit.
There you
before.
go. That
Okay.
was lovely. The way he turned in and bringing power down.
I feel like on that first corner, if I go a little bit deeper, but just get the wheel around that yellow curve, it seems to be a little bit better.
Yeah, I'm literally as close to the track limits as I can, and it's dangerous on my one. I turn in, I try and take as much curb without touching any grass. As soon as it touches the grass, it'll give you a penalty.
Yeah.
And there's a gap in the curb bit as well that I thought. Chasing chafe is one of the most stressful things in the world. Especially when a couple of corners I get the run on him and then I just lose it.
Yeah. Pushing it a bit too hard. Need to back off a little bit now. Do that one. Like you said, I'm just sort of working on that first corner. That's the one I'm really thinking about at the moment. Not too worried about the rest. Must admit, your acceleration and traction out the corners is absolutely brilliant.
I think T2 and T3 just kind of like slowing fast out, but just being able to get the curb and then get on the power early enough where the exit curb will help you around if you get into trouble. Last night's lobbies, if I'd gone on my main I would have been in the same lobby as well. A few of them had faster times than me and I was thinking, my god. It's, them ones just think, what the worst that can happen will happen. If you can just follow someone, they pull you along the race and you capitalise on other people's mistakes and rages, you gain good DR because they've got a higher rank and higher amount of points. Even from starting like 14th or something and finishing 10th, you'll gain loads.
I must admit, that was one of the things I wanted to do last night, was to avoid the track limits, but in both my races I got into tangles with other people and it got frustrating because I couldn't work out why.
Well, that matey who seen red when you came down the second straight and you went to the right to overtake, because there was no option on the left, and you were the car on the furthest over right, and somehow matey put the blame on you.
Yeah.
I had it yesterday. Come out of the downhill left-right hander. I got the run on matey. Got about my whole front bonnet past his back end, and he thought because he didn't want me to get past, he'd just turn into me. And luckily for him, he got T-boned from him turning into me because it was all his own doing. Whereas he should have just lifted or given me space, but he just didn't want me to overtake.
There does seem to be an awful lot of desperation in Gran Turismo 7 at the moment. It seems to be far more than I've ever experienced before, with people desperate to get that extra little place.
Yeah, it's a bit of a problem with it now. I've noticed the majority say 12 or 90% of the grid are fine. It's just that one person. I've had it with a couple of French drivers, and I've even had Italians and Spanish working with me on this race, which surprised me. Because I automatically get me heckles up when I've got one of them behind me. I just expect the worst.
But then that in some respects that's probably quite good, because I never expect the worst, and then I get surprised when something does happen, and then I let it get under my skin. I let it get under my skin then, and then I can't get beyond it.
And the other one, if they bump draft you, there could be an alternate plan to it. They're just bump drafting you, so you go for a move and they pick up 2 positions. I do it all the time.
See,
I think someone's aggressive and they've gone for a move with me, I'm like, okay, take note, and then if they do it again, I think it's not worth the hassle. Let me give you a bump draft and see if this materialises.
One of the things that annoys me with bump drafting though is so many people don't know how to do it, and they'll like bump you right into the corner, then you've got to hit the brakes extra early, and then they punt you off because they're expecting you to brake in the normal place. So I have had a little bit of that, which is one of the reasons why I'm not a great fan of this new slipstream thing that they seem to be doing at the moment, which I refer to as enhanced. Other people call it custom or something. And I think PD are doing it to try and get the close racing, so those of us that are a bit slower can stay with the faster cars. But the problem is, you do so many laps like we're doing now. I need to concentrate, not talk. But so many laps like we're doing now, but you can't do this in the race, because if I'm following you like this, the slipstream will just bring me into it so much faster than I'm used to, and then I overshoot. So I think there's a lot of little rubbing and punting and dive bombing that goes on that isn't necessarily deliberate. It's just people out braking themselves. Might be wrong. Got to slide through there.
Spot that yellow line. If that would help.
Okay, so I need to
There's no
slow
need for
down.
that. The yellow line, you'll power him well before it.
There's no real obvious break point there that I've seen yet. Do you accelerate on the apex for that final corner?
I do brake balances, personal preferences, up north. I think this one. Keep away from that ghost.
When I try and take that yellow curb, it just pitches the car across the road uncontrollably for me. You've got it, beautiful. Hello, Ruthless. I'm just doing a little special session with Greg. He's kindly offered to watch my lap and just see what we're doing. So I was doing okay last night, but getting involved with too many people doing silly things, let's just say that, leave it at that. And so I'm just trying to, oh, third gear doesn't work out there, does it? It's got to be second. Just trying to work with Greg at the moment. I'm well, my friend, I hope you are too. Sorry to sound rude, but let me get back to this. So I reckon you're braking about a car length before that first corner.
But it's only called a wonder. Seems to be. So that's like, I don't even want to say it's called a one. It shouldn't be. Just take a try then. It's. The pace is there. I can see the pace is there. Keep that confidence.
All I've got to do then is lap after lap after lap to stay off the track limits. And then, like you're
Worse than
saying,
that,
as
if you're in a
people
race,
are
you can
making
keep up with me
mistakes.
for the whole race. Easy, I'm confident. Because if it slips at 1.3 or somewhere around there, I won't be able to shake you.
You pick up the apex better than me there. That felt a bit better. Ah. I was hoping for 5 consistent laps. I've blown it. Soft load. So 138.0, 138.1 to 138.1. If I could do that consistently, that would probably be good enough in a race, I think. Corner, turn.
Analysing the rear tyre temperature. I'm going to try something later.
I'm not even looking at my telemetry.
Try and get the tyres super hot, not overheating, but warm enough to see if a warmer rear tyre improves lap time. I think there could be... So I've noticed in race the rear tyre temperatures drop off.
Have you got the telemetry app on your game?
To weave at the start of the race just to generate a little bit more heat that might pay more dividends from lap 4 onwards.
Okay.
I'm faced. Oh.
What's he said? Greg, shut up. He doesn't want me beating him, that's the problem. Oh, what have you done to upset him?
I'm not happy with myself. 159. I wanted a .999. Since then, I've only managed to hit 37 fours and threes. I think that was my god lap for the week. I'll buy a bunch today.
Just... Okay, so you can't go on that green at all really with the with the right hand tyres. Oh, come on.
I'm wondering if a front brake balance would help for the last two corners, even if it's just one to the front. I'm wondering if that'd help with the point of stableness, but I know you don't like front brake balance.
Happy to give it a go. just at the moment seem to be sliding over the exit of that corner.
I think it's personal preference for this because of the way the car, the body roll is. So if I sometimes slide digit and stuff and run 5 to the rear, and it's impossible for me to use it, and I'll be comfortable with 2. So that's where I'm thinking, where I'm comfortable with 3 to the front, I'm thinking even 0 might be your preferred one.
Normally go 0, that tends to be my go-to on the brake balance. What are you using in this race?
-5 on smart, bloody crazy.
-5? So you're really dragging the back of the car through the corner.
That's it though, it's got to be personal preference. If I'm doing 3 to the front, others 5, so others are using rear. It's got to be personal preference. I think minus is front. Yeah, pluses.
You see, I feel like I've got no front end now, at all. So when I'm braking into the corner, I don't feel like the front is gripping and turning. Oh, on face, it's alright. I'm just working on couple of corners at the moment. Mainly this one. Yeah, that's crazy, Greg. I couldn't do that. This is what a lot of people say to me with brake balance to the rear.
In race, I was
That it,
with it from 3 to the
gives
rear,
it more
5 to the
rotation,
rear,
but I
to the front. I just didn't know what was right.
don't tend to find
A
that.
couple of hours when I watched someone, he had 3 to the front, I thought I'll try that, and slowly adapted.
Right, let's just get onto this and concentrate.
The other thing that could be helpful is changing my ghost to one of the other guys and see if there's anything I'm doing different that...
I could put Tishney up. I like Tishney's ghost. And he pushes because he's really quick.
They could have solved this problem by having a shortcut penalty on strict, and
Yeah.
no one would be flying over that left curve.
Where is he? There he is.
Wow. I can't really... Is everyone hiding their times then, are they?
I think a lot of people are frightened of me doing a video on him after last week. I noticed that Lewis's ghost is not on a replay this week. I think I might have upset a few people last week. That's probably why I'm being rammed up all the time, you know. Giving all the secrets away. Oh, big old bounce. Oh, I did get a penalty. Thought I did. Kendall's saying, yeah, I think some cages got rattled. That video was not about the individuals, it was all about PD plugging the gaps in the game. It was not about the individuals one iota, because every racing driver that I know will exploit limits in any genre of motor racing, and doing nothing different. It's PD that needs to plug it. But I did respect Lewis massively last week, because he saw the video, he commented on it, and then he went out and he posted an even faster lap without cutting the grass. And he got a lot more respect from me for that than anything else.
One phase, there is only one honour in cutting. The telly with a samurai sword.
Oh, come on, what is up with this corner at the moment? I did it on my American account just to prove it, and I never raced the race on my American account after cutting the corner, and I could never beat that corner cut time if I did it legitimately. Right. Unfazed says, stop with the penalties, let's get going. Intentionally doesn't seem to be bouncing across the curbs as much, does he? Go off. That's the line I'm used to taking on there, Greg. Really wide through there, like Tishney just did. That's the only Ghost that I've seen take that corner like that.
Yeah, I understeer around there. I find I have to just brake a tiny bit. But if the car's turning on it,
Please don't be over. Please don't be over.
Over about 95. Otherwise, I'm expecting a penalty on the exit. It's annoying with those two corners. You're on the limit, and then you're trying to brake to set it up for the last corner. You've got that down. You seem to be more confident in a couple of the corners. You looked a bit nervous on earlier last night. Probably would have been about 3 seconds off the leader, so podium is possible if everything went lucky. But that's the question. Luck and daily races. I have my list. If there's a couple of drivers in there, I will not give them the respect of day anymore, because they're just dirty. They try and really, but I noticed a lot of people in the lobby were taken out at the same time. So the rest of the lobby don't have to deal with them. Mr. Rick Nagel, he was one of my top two. My favourite bit of
I am listening. I'm just really concentrating. Oh, don't go over, don't go over, don't go over. Pedal sticks. Starting to get tired now. I can feel it.
The time is there. Just got to laugh the penalties off. I've seen good consistency as well today.
Well, we got two 137s in a row there, and a 138, which should have been another 137. But I've noticed I'm starting to get the penalties when I'm really pushing for those extra couple of tenths. So clearly I'm pushing the track limits a little bit too far on one or two of the corners. Got that all wrong. Right, let's try. Well, you found me a 10th, Greg, already.
I didn't find you anything, mate. You did it all on your own.
No, you've helped a lot. You remember what we were saying the other day about confidence?
You get the feel for the car for what it does.
Confidence is what you're giving me, and with confidence comes technique and speed. And I've twigged something on that corner. I think I've twigged something on that corner. Ah, why didn't I change up? I know. Come on, no penalties, I said. Forget the time, no penalties. Come on. I am probably getting to the point now where I need to take a break for an hour. Just get away from it, process everything that Greg's been teaching me. Get it, commit to memory. Oh no, just pushing too hard again now. Try 4 through then. It doesn't work for me.
I think I might have found you some time. T3, the braking, just brake 2 meters earlier. Because where the what was it called?
So turn 3.
It appears it needs to be try and be at full braking for there, because it then that might counteract a slight bit of understeer for turning for T3. I have a marker, but I can only describe it as I'm going round. On the left-hand side before the big sign, there's a few big shadows. Between the shadow, I think it's the last shadow, and then the sign above, for T3, I'm braking somewhere there, but I have it as, if I get to the big shadow and I'm not braking, I'm in trouble. Right, that's me warning sign.
I love that. This is my breaking point, but if you miss it, you're in trouble.
There's a couple of black shadows and then a white line on them.
So this one?
I try and have the white line as my danger.
So T3 being that one I've just been through, yeah?
It could help in race, because if you're in dirty air, you've got qualifying one, so if you've not got dirty air, and then if you're in dirty air, you know, like a little meter or two before, that could just be enough to follow them in, and then I'm normally planning to lose on T2 and 3, and that's really it.
Okay.
Doing that, I think, working together just to not compromise those positions, and then a bit of luck without any quick card penalties.
Ah. I thought I was in the track then.
Watch the T1 back, because I don't think that should be a penalty.
Okay, that's fine. Sorry, just had to do something there. Told my boss I was taking an extended lunch break. Started early. But he didn't get back to him or authorise it because he was on an extended lunch break with the accountant. Stay in. Please, please, please have been in. Yes. on. Us over the line. How was that not over the line? No! Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Hello, Richie. Wow. Well, we're getting more consistent, Greg. And not quite so many penalties. I think I've lost Greg for the minute. He's probably off researching. Right, well, I've got another 10 minutes. And I'm going to need to call it a day. I'm not going to get the 5 quick laps in without a penalty, I don't think. Need to go a bit deeper into that corner on the braking. Oh no. What would it have been? Well, we're low 138, high 137s at the minute. Mostly 138s, low 138s, which is far, far better than I have been doing.
There you go.
Greg, you've seen something different. Oh. Have you noticed what I'm doing differently? I'm changing up a bit earlier. Too deep. All right, Greg, I need to call it a day, unfortunately. But we got it down to a 137.74. Which I need to keep this on in case he talks to me, which is insane. And better still, we seem to have got the consistency a little bit better. Now, whether I can hold that in a race or not, I'm not quite sure. But the confidence is coming back. Let's just hope tonight I don't get into loads of shenanigans with people, and I can keep that confidence going. So a huge, massive shout out to Greg for helping me to find a few tenths of a second. I need to find 3/1000th of a second to go third on my friends list. To just go above Never Quit that I was racing with last night. Never Quit is fast, both in the race and also with his lap time. So yeah, 3/1000ths of a second. That is such a shame. But absolutely brilliant. Thank you ever so much, Greg. Really appreciate it. I must call it a day. So I'll be back here at 8 o'clock tomorrow to run some races, and then we'll be doing some lobby races at 9, and then back into this at 11, when I'm hoping the kids will be in bed and we can have some better races. But for now, I must call it a day. I'll catch you a little later. Bye bye, guys.